moving that jab up and down. And then when you go downstairs, take that downstairs, come up with the left hook. It's gonna be open, because it's gonna fall down into it. Anytime you jab down low, just keep trying to come over the top.
Or like you could say, hey, you know what? I can't beat that Mayweather style. I was too young, but look, I did it now against Crawford.
I forget Mayweather a long time ago. This is different for me, you know? I lost that day and that's it. I learned a lot.
So who do you like in Canelo versus Crawford?
Well, I'm a giant Crawford fan because I think he's the best switch hitter since Marvin Hagler. I also think Canelo is slowing down, and Canelo is more of a one-punch fighter now than the combination fighter he was when he was younger.
Canelo reacts strongly after hearing Terence Crawford sparred with Floyd Mayweather in training camp. He says things have become more personal now, claiming Crawford has disrespected him repeatedly. Canelo feels targeted, believing Terence is trying to make him look weak or irrelevant. He warns that this—
Tell me a little bit about that. Did things get a little bit personal now?
Yeah, a little bit more personal because, you know, I did respect him. I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not going to do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Alashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like he walk me back, and that's why I pushed him. And you know, like I say, don't fuck with me.
Terence Crawford has made it clear that he doesn't view Canelo Alvarez's resume as impressive as others might. From Crawford's point of view, the so-called elite names on Canelo's record were already past their prime when they fought him. He draws attention to fighters like Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, and Sergey Kovalev, who were clearly declining when Canelo faced them. Moreover, Crawford sees the one active legend, Floyd Mayweather, as someone who clearly outclassed Canelo in their fight. For Crawford, these facts weaken the argument that Canelo's career gives him a superior standing in the sport. He also feels slighted by Canelo's dismissal of his own accomplishments, stating that Canelo tends to overlook the quality of his opposition in
things about Canelo's resume, but I won't. You know, I wanna, you know, pay homage to the fighters that he fought, and if he don't want to pay homage to the fighters I fought, if he think they nobodies, then come fight time, then I wonder what they're gonna say after I beat him.
Promoter Eddie Hearn acknowledges the natural size advantage Canelo has, but doesn't dismiss Crawford's chances. In his view, Crawford's confidence and razor-sharp focus create a real sense of danger for anyone he faces, even a bigger opponent like Canelo. Hearn emphasizes that belief and mindset can shift outcomes in boxing. With Crawford's determination and discipline, he sees a real possibility of an upset. Hearn also notes that while size plays a role, Crawford's ability to control pace, distance—
not for him, like not against him, sorry, for him, like he's so, I think he has no doubt that he beats Canelo Alvarez.
Of course.
I really like Terence, by the way. I think he's a great fighter. But I have to say, like, tell me his major significant wins.
Well, obviously Errol Spence.
Yeah, but come on.
No, but he beat a guy who was in the top 5 pound for pound, and he destroyed him. That's really never happened.
No, I agree.
In the history.
I agree. I mean, look, he was coming off, you know, some eye problems, but nobody
was saying that when he was beating.
But we're giving that credit.
And Ugas.
Tell me more.
I'm just saying.
I don't know, but
that's a big win.
No,
now,
okay. Keep going.
Your guy from the UK, who he stopped him, what, in the 5th round, was it?
Kell Brook.
Kell Brook.
Finished by then. Yeah, go on, keep going.
Okay, he stopped somebody that nobody's ever really can hurt.
Well,
Sean Porter.
I mean, yeah, but that was about 8 years before, and Errol Spence stopped.
That wasn't. What do you mean?
Yeah, when he beat Sean Porter.
No, that was in 2023.
Who?
Terence Crawford beat Sean Porter.
No, I'm talking about Kell Brook against Sean Porter.
No, I was talking about Bud. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
But he stopped him, though. Nobody's ever able to really hurt Sean.
By the way, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just
that was a great win.
Is like an open
and he didn't have a lot of names at 140, but Postal and all those guys, those are good fighters. They weren't big names. Just like Bam, he doesn't have the great. He doesn't have a whole lot of great names. Just like
Strada.
In a way, yeah, he does have two great fights.
By the way, he's one of my favorite
doesn't
fighters.
have a bunch of names.
John Ryder, who has shared the ring with Canelo, offers an informed opinion on the difficulty of facing the Mexican champion. He acknowledges that Canelo's physical presence is overwhelming and that the weight jump required for Crawford would be no easy task. Yet, even with that in mind, Ryder believes that if anyone has the mental and physical tools to handle the challenge, it's Crawford. He praises Crawford's adaptability and skill set, indicating that his technical brilliance could offset the physical disadvantages.
Can he go up 2 divisions? A lot of people in his camp believe that he's even going to stop him, but yeah, what's your thoughts?
If there's any man that could do it, it would be Terence Crawford, but I just think the sheer size of Canelo is going to be too much on the night.
Do you think size will be too much? I mean, you were in there with Canelo, you landed good shots and he took them, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Terence Crawford is an exceptional talent, but I think the size will be the factor on the night and it'd just be too big, too strong.
Terence Crawford has been methodical in planning his strategy. He outlines 2 approaches to overcoming Canelo. The first is to pressure him, disrupt his rhythm, and overwhelm him with volume. The second is to take a more calculated route, mimicking Mayweather's blueprint of slick defense, counters, and footwork. Crawford admits that he won't have the size that Mayweather enjoyed during his prime days, but he feels confident in his own speed and timing. He sees himself as a hybrid capable of adjusting to any style and mixing aggression with tactical brilliance. That versus
it's 2 things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back, you know, so it kind of fucks them up in the head, you know.
Yeah.
Or you can just box them because some of them just slower than others because they got flat feet, and they just looking to load up on certain shots.
Now, Crawford's definitely right here. There's 2 ways to beat a pressure fighter like Canelo. Either you put the pressure back on him, which is where guys like Triple G and Bivol had success, or you use your superior skills and footwork on the outside, which is how Floyd Mayweather won. Now, Crawford, he can't use the pressure approach because he's not as physically dominant as guys like Golovkin or Bivol. You know, Bud is a welterweight or junior middleweight jumping up. He doesn't have the size to push Canelo back. Now, the outside boxing approach, that is definitely Crawford's best chance against Canelo. You know, he is right. Canelo does struggle to cut off the ring at times. We saw that in the Skull fight. And he does load up on single shots now. But at the same time, Crawford is not the same pure boxer that Floyd Mayweather was. You know, Mayweather rarely got hit in that shell. And his form of countering, you know, a pull counter, for example, was, I'm not going to get touched and then I'll make you pay. Whereas Crawford's style of counterpunching is different. Bud will take one to throw 2 or 3 back. And he can't do that against Canelo because of the size and power difference. If Bud takes a clean right hand to throw back an uppercut or a hook, he's either going to get dropped or he's going to end up on his bike like Jermell Charlo. So while I do agree Crawford does have the superior skill set in this fight, but because he doesn't have the size to push Canelo back, or the defense of someone like Mayweather stay perfect for 12 rounds on the outside, I do think Canelo's size and power will make the difference in this fight. And that's why I like Canelo to win.
Joe Rogan's take on the matchup reflects a growing sentiment in the fight community. He points out that Canelo, while still elite, has shown signs of decline in terms of speed and stamina. Meanwhile, Crawford continues to sharpen his craft and dominate across multiple divisions. Rogan believes that the timing may favor Crawford, who is currently at the height of his powers. He highlights Crawford's pound-for-pound standing and sees the matchup as far more competitive than it might appear on paper.
So who do you like in Canelo versus Crawford?
Well, I'm a giant Crawford fan because I think he's the best switch hitter since Marvin Hagler. I also think Canelo is slowing down, and Canelo is more of a one-punch fighter now than the combination fighter he was when he was younger.
Do you think Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah, I think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win. He's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
If Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. Why do you say that? Same equation. Get in, get out. Get in, get out.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. He's got to figure the angles and the approaches that will allow him to step in, land to the body, or occasionally upstairs, and then get out.
Jim Lampley, the legendary boxing commentator, frames the fight in a broader context. He sees the matchup as a collision between 2 warriors who are fueled by pride and legacy. While the size difference is obvious, Lampley argues that both fighters are defined by more than just physical traits. They share a hunger to be the best and an unwillingness to back down from any...
Crawford is going to fight Canelo because even if I have some doubts and misgivings about the size matchup, it is 2 action fighters who like to fight aggressively at times, not all the times, going against each other, and we'll see who can open the other person's tuna can, so to speak.
Max Kellerman doesn't hesitate to crown Terence Crawford as the current king of boxing's pound-for-pound list. He respects what Canelo has achieved in the past, but he believes that Canelo's best days are behind him. According to Kellerman, Crawford's recent performances have been flawless, showing complete control over every opponent regardless of weight class. Meanwhile, Canelo has looked more beatable against fighters like Dimitri Bivol and even John Ryder.
You know who's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world? Bud Crawford. Apologies to the monster and Usyk. Bud Crawford has my vote for best pound-for-pound. Who was the best pound-for-pound before Bud? Canelo Alvarez, universally recognized that way. But it's not just these two guys, the last two best pound-for-pound fighters in the world.
Teddy Atlas offers a nuanced perspective. He respects Canelo's skills, calling him a complete and well-trained fighter. But when it comes to Terence Crawford, Atlas uses a different tone. He describes Crawford as special, a term he reserves only for fighters with extraordinary instincts and intelligence in the ring. Atlas points to Crawford's ability to make mid-fight adjustments, his calm under pressure, and his ruthless finishing ability. He suggests that while Canelo is great, Crawford might be in a tier.
He's a little overrated. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class. Can he carry it? But those intangibles, I believe that he has them.
Daniel Jacobs, having fought Canelo and observed Crawford up close, provides valuable insight. He says that both fighters are fast, but the kind of speed Crawford has is different. It's more explosive and unpredictable. Jacobs also notes that Crawford's ability to switch stances and throw from odd angles gives him an edge that even Canelo might not be able to anticipate. After weighing the attributes of both fighters, Jacobs admits that if he had to pick a winner, he would lean toward Crawford due to his timing, sharpness, and